What's up? What's up? What's up? Of course, it's me, your boy Richie Rich at Consumer Price Report. Shoot another awesome video, cause that's what we do. Man, what's up? What's up? What's up? You know, at Consumer Price Report, we review appliances. Today, of course, we're gonna focus on a Whirlpool top load washing machine, man. In this portion of the video, we're gonna focus on what? The functions and the features. All right, so we're gonna break down this appliance, man, to find out exactly what can it do, what are some of the awesome features it might have, what are some of the things that we can learn today in this video. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to hit us up. Let us know what's going on in your world as far as you trying to purchase new appliance. We will help you out the best way that we know how. All right, so we're gonna dive into this joint behind me. Of course, you can see we're gonna load up the model number here. We're gonna dissect this appliance and find out exactly what can it do. All right, so we're gonna let the video roll for a little bit. Again, it's a Whirlpool unit, industry first 2-in-1 removable actuator. All right, so no one in the market is doing this right now, so that's one reason why we can say this unit stands out a lot. Again, you can look at Whirlpool, look at the cycle settings that you have on here as well. Different options you can choose from, and we're gonna dissect this joint as we allow certain parts of the video to roll. I'm just gonna stop it right there. Of course, you can see where it says normal. That's the normal cycle that you will use if you just want to wash your standard clothes. You also have to the left of it, you have jeans, heavy duty, whites, colors, and quick wash. To the right, you have active wear, delicates, bulky items, towels, drain and spin, and of course, you also have clean washer with a fresh. All right, a lot of the machines are cleaning themselves nowadays just to help with the smell, lime, and buildup, and making sure that the appliance is being well kept. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, so we're gonna dive into this portion of the video, man. So we're gonna let this zoom in a little bit. Couple of things that we can look at right now at the control panel. Like we said, it is made by Whirlpool, and it is the first 2-in-1 removable actuator. All right, it says appearance may vary depending on model. Of course, you have one, which is your power button, so we're going to dive into that as well. Two, you have your selector knob. All right, so it says turn to select desired cycle. You do have your start and pause button, but on this particular model, it's telling you that you must press and hold the start/pause button for 1 second until all the status lights are eliminated. Then release to start cycle. Press during a cycle to pause cycle and unlock lid. And it says, note, if machine is spinning, it may take longer to unlock. And that's one of the things that you're gonna have to keep in mind and be aware of when you are using this appliance. Depending on the rotation and if it's spinning, it does take a while for the door to open up because the machine has to sense that the wash machine is not spinning. All right, so once it comes to a complete stop and the meter or the sensors have its controls or sense the load that it stops spinning, then of course you can open that up. All right, cycle modifiers. It says not all modifiers are available on all cycles. All right, so we're gonna go into the temperature and all this other stuff as well. So many different options, so many different features here that we can talk about, but we might have to just go through these real quick and then go into the other part of the video. It also has different options you can choose, so I'm just gonna let that portion of the video roll for a little bit because we already understand the different cycles and the different settings. All right, so right now, if you look, you have your temperature. All right, so if you look on the top bar, you have sense, soak, wash, and done. All right, so depending on the status light, it'll light up to let you know exactly what part of the cycle that the machine is in. On this particular unit, you have different temperatures. All right, so you have your hot, your warm, cool, cold, and tap cold. All right, so one of the things with these newer machines, some of them might have a tap cold or some might have an extreme hot. Just to save energy, a lot of the machines don't use an extremely hot or an extremely cold setting. If it does, it will let you know. It will call it tap cold. That means that no hot water is being added. So it's just like your traditional machine where you just had hot and cold and warm. That's it. These new machines add a little bit of cold to the hot, so it's not as hot as it used to be, and it's not as cold as it used to be, so they add a little bit of the hot temperature from the hot water side of the machine as well. You have rinse options. All right, so you do have extra rinse. You also have a fabric softener as well. Other options that you might have, you have deep water. All right, so this machine has the deep fill, which is good, so we're going to go into that. It also has a 30-minute pre-soak. It also has, as you can see down here, the faucet. All right, so a lot of these functions, a lot of these features we're going to go into so we know exactly what we're getting ourselves into. Of course, we discussed already the power button and, of course, the start to hold button there as well. All right, so we're just going to scroll back to the owner's manual here so that we can get into some of these different cycle modifiers. All right, so we talked about the temperature. All right, it says press to modify the cycle's available temperatures. Tap cold, cold, cool, warm, and hot. It says note, pressing temp will toggle through available temperature options. When no lights in the temperature column are illuminated, the selected temperature is tap cold. You also have rinse options. It says press to modifying the cycle's available rinse options. Press once for fabric softener, twice for extra rinse, and 3 times to activate both. All right, fabric softener. It says select this option to let the machine know when you have added liquid fabric softener. Extra rinse, select this option to add a second rinse. All right, so these are options that you can use, or rinse options that you can use to help your clothes wash properly if you're wanting an extra rinse, or if you want to add fabric softener as well. So you want to be able to take advantage of these different rinse options that you might have. We suggest that you use them so that you can get accustomed to using them, because they might eventually benefit you down the line. You have options. All right, so let's go into the option, which is it's still a part of number 4. All right, options here. So it says press to add or remove options for each cycle. Press once to add a 30-minute pre-soak, twice to activate deep water, and 3 times for both. All right, so when we're looking at the deep water, it says use this option to automatically add more water to wash cycle. You can also use this option to reduce the likelihood of white residue on dark clothing. All right, so that is the benefit of this appliance, and that's one of the things that we really like about these new appliances as well. Back in the day, when you use the wash machine, it fills up with a lot of water. Now, prior to this, a lot of the water, they was trying to save energy and save water, save cost. So the water wasn't as high as it needs to be. It looked like it was definitely less than half of what it traditionally was. But now you have an option to just use a standard setting where it's saving energy, or you can do a deep fill where if you like your clothes drenched in a whole bunch of water, like myself, to make sure that it's really washing the clothes properly, or give you the perception that it's washing properly, whatever you might look at it. I like the deep fill, and we like that option that they give you there as well. All right, so it has the 30-minute pre-soak. It says touch to add a 30-minute pre-soak period to help loosen tough stains. All right, the washer will fill, pause to soak, and then begin the selected cycle. All right, so another option that you can use to make sure that your clothes are being cleaned properly. I know at times we don't want to wait, especially if you have a full family and you got to deal with washing clothes sometimes once a day. Over the weekend you might have to wash 3 or 4 times over the weekends. I know it can be a lot, but some of these options, again, we suggest that you use them so that you can get accustomed to them, because they might be beneficial to you. So it's best to use them if you can. All right, especially if you're spending your money on an appliance anyway. You want to make sure you use all the options that you possibly can. All right, let's talk about the faucet. It says press to access an instant water stream. Use this feature to pre-treat clothes and other items right in the washer. You can also use this feature to manually add water to the machine as desired. Note, the washer will drain at the beginning of the cycle if a large volume of water is detected to ensure the machine can correctly sense the load size. Note, if the washer detects an out of balance condition, it may pause and attempt to redistribute the load. During this time, the sense and wash status indicators will both briefly illuminate it. All right, so again, your machine is smart enough for you to know when it's out of balance, and it's going to try to redistribute the clothes. The great thing about these machines, they're not going to run if they're excessively heavy, if it's out of balance, because that can damage the machine, and that's one of the benefits of these appliances. They're going to try and do their best to redistribute the clothes. If not, if it's out of balance, it's going to give you an error code to let you know that it's out of balance. Warning, do not wash water resistance or water repellent. type clothing. Failure to closely follow these instructions may result in an abnormal vibration and out of balance condition that could cause results in physical injury, property damage, and or appliance damage. All right, so let's dive into this portion where we're talking about warnings and how to add soap and different things. Loading clothes. That's one of the things that we want to get into as well, about this appliance, so that we can make sure this joint is done. It says step one add HE detergent. This is so huge. All right, I think by now everyone should be familiar with using the detergent, which is HE. You want to make sure it has the high efficiency logo on the detergent that you use. All right, it's very important. Note, it says see adding laundry products below for more information on adding HE detergent, fabric softener, and or bleach. All right, load clothes. It says for best results, load garments in loose heaps evenly around the basket wall. Number 3, press the power to turn on the washer, and that's the power button. Then of course it says select the desired cycle for your load. Again, you have different options to choose from. You have about 10 different cycles you can use there as well. So you want to make sure you do that. And don't forget to always clean your machine, because it's extremely important as well. Step 5, adjust your cycle setting if desired, right? Temperature, rinse options, or different options if you like. And then it says select additional options. All these different options you can do there as well. Number 7, press and hold start/pause to begin cycle. All right, so it says note, start button must be held for 1 second to start cycle. Once the status lights are illuminated, release the start button. And it says not all cycles, setting, or options are available with all models. And that's one of the things that you have to think about as well. It says adding laundry products, important. And this is what we're going to go into a little bit before we dive into the rest of this video, so we can get into that. It says add a measured amount of HE detergent on single dose laundry packet into the basket. If using oxy type boosters, color safe bleach, or fabric softener crystals, add to the bottom of the wash basket before adding clothes. All right, so that's one of the things that you want to do to make sure that you're adding the detergents. You have these little oxy boosters that you can use, color safe bleach as well. And if you have the package, throw them in, because it doesn't really have a dispenser in this particular one. So you just want to be able to just dump the detergent inside of the basket before you add your clothes. All right, it says note, follow the manufacturer's instructions to determine the amount of laundry products to use. All right, of course on this one it does have a bleach dispenser. It says adding liquid Clorox bleach. Do not overfill, dilute, or use more than 1 cup. Do not use color safe bleach or oxy products in the same cycle with liquid Clorox bleach. All right, cool. So we can actually get into the adding of the liquid softener as well. So you know exactly how to do it. I know sometimes, as you can see in the picture here, customers might have the small ball that you can use. Well, we can dive into that a little bit. So it says if you desire to use liquid fabric softener with the washer, Whirlpool suggests using the Downy ball dispenser. Pour a measured amount of liquid fabric softener into the Downy ball, right, dispenser. Pull the ring tightly to seal it and place on top of the load. Follow manufacturer's directions for correct amount of fabric softener based on your load size. It says then use the rinse option button to select fabric softener. The Downy ball dispenser will automatically release the fabric softener at the correct time in the cycle. All right, and that's another thing that you can do there. Make sure that you put it on top of the clothes, and of course select the fabric softener setting. It says adding liquid fabric softener manually. It says select the fabric softener option on the control panel. Before starting a cycle, during the final rinse, wait until the washer has completely filled. Press the start and pause button to pause the washer. Lift the lid and add the recommended amount of liquid fabric softener. Close the lid, press and hold the start/pause button to resume the cycle. All right, that's a lot. I don't know too many people that's gonna really do that part of it, do the manual one, because it's way too much. By the time you start your machine, you're ready to go, you really want to focus on something else. So this is gonna probably be another distraction that you gotta wait for the end of the cycle. It's just not worth doing. So I will probably go with the Downy ball, throw it on top of the clothes, hit the fabric softener, and call it a day. All right, that's probably best. All right, so we're gonna also get into a lot of the other functions, pre-treat, cleaning with less water, and all this different stuff as well. Deep sensing. So we're just gonna let the video play for a bit and see what else we can come up with. All right, so we already talked about that. All right, so we can actually pause it right here before we actually get into the 2-in-1 impeller. We can actually talk about choosing the right cycle. We can go into that because we like to go into the cycle guide so you know exactly how to really load the clothes depending on the setting that you're using. All right, let's talk about it for a second as far as more water when you want it. All right, so let's go into that. It says auto sensing and deep water. All right, it says the washer will adjust the water level to the optimal amount of the optimal amount for a high efficiency wash of the detected load size. Press deep water to automatically add more water to your wash cycle. It says it is recommended to use bulky item cycle with deep water option for loads where maximum water level is desired. Expect longer cycle times due to extended fill duration when using the deep water option. All right, so again, you do have the auto sensing and the deep water. You can see the deep water on the left, and you can see the cleaning with less water. So that's about cleaning, but this is just about how it would look traditionally if you want to use the machine without the deep fill. And like I said, a lot of customers has complained and voiced their opinions on how they really feel about the washing machine not having enough water, because it seemed like your clothes is not coming out clean. All right, it says the washer has been designed and optimized to provide a thoroughly cleaning, use less water to converse energy and resources. So this part of it is the cleaning portion of the cycle. Of course, you can go to where it says clean water with the fresh. That's exactly where we are. You can do that as well. All right, so it says let's dive into that. As the water dampens and moves the load, the level of the items will settle in the basket. This is normal and does not indicate that more items should be added. Important, you will not see a full basket of water as with older, less efficient washing machines. It is normal for some of the load to be above the water line. All right, so you want to be able to understand that as well and really keep that in mind as far as an important fact about the washing machine. All right, so let's dive into some more of the video. We can talk about the 2-in-1 removable actuator. All right, so in this video we try to show you exactly how it looks. You can use the impeller if you want, or you can use the traditional actuator if you like. It's removable as well, so we break it down a little bit in the video so that you can actually see how to really use it, how to snap it in, snap it out. I think it's pretty cool. It's different, I can say that, but the best way to find out how good it is how you use it in the machine. So we can actually just pause it there for a second so that we can talk about it for a second, going into the 2-in-1 removable actuator. All right, so again, it's not a difficult thing to do. You can always pause the video, see how it's done. How the actuator mode, it says squeeze the handle, rotate counterclockwise, pull up. Then of course you have the impeller. All right, so you can choose if you want the traditional impeller or if you want the actuator mode. That is up to you. All right, so let's see if they got any notes on here. It says keep it in actuator mode when you want increased mechanical action. To remove and rinse away loose soils. It says you can use this mode anytime, but it's especially suitable for everyday or mixed loads. Take it out impeller mode when you need added space and or a thorough gentle clean. You can use this mode anytime, but it's especially suitable for bulky items such as bedding and delicate items such as undergarments. All right, using the removable agitator, we told you guys how to do that as well, so you can see that in the video, and of course they have it here for you to see it in the owner's manual. All right, so one of the things that we can dive into now as well is also the The cycle guide, we talked about choosing the right cycle. So we're going to dive into that some so that you'll be able to see it. And this is one of the things that we love to really dissect in a lot of these appliances, to tell you exactly what you can load at times inside the different cycle that it has. It says washer cycle guide. All right. It says settings show as are suitable for that cycle. Factory default settings are shown in bold. If you change the default settings and start a cycle, the washer will remember your setting selections and will display them for the next cycle. For the best fabric care, choose the cycle that best fits the load being washed. Not all cycles and options are available in all modes. Please refer to garment label instructions for best care. All right, into items to wash. Overly soiled garments, items that need additional cleaning effort. You have heavy duty. All right, temperature setting is on hot. Available options, you can have extra rinse, fabric softener, 30-minute pre-soak, or you can do it in deep water. All right, average time cycle is about 75 minutes. All right, it says use this cycle for heavily soiled or sturdy items. Load sensing duration and water level determination may vary based on different fabrics. All right, you also have bulky, that deals with large items, sheets, sleeping bags, small comforters, jackets, small washable rugs. Bulky items. Temperature, warm. You can also have available option, which is deep water. And it says use this cycle to wash large items such as jackets and small comforters. This cycle use a higher default water level than other cycles. The water will completely fill before agitating begins. The deep water option cannot be deactivated when using this cycle. All right, you also have drain and spin. All right, this is an option that you can use to drain out your clothes at times if you feel as though it's not spinning properly. It says swimsuits and items requiring rinsing without detergent. Drain and spin, of course, there's no temperature there, no temperature setting. Available, you have extra rinse, fabric softener, or deep water. Only available when extra rinse is selected. Use the cycles for loads requiring an additional spin out after a cycle completes to reduce drying times or to finish a cycle after a power interruption. The default cycle will only drain and spin. This is an option that you can use for that. Most customers feel as though you only use this option when you have an issue with it not spinning out. That's not the case. If you have bigger items like a blanket, all right, depending on the size of it, depending on how much water it holds, sometimes it might need additional spinning in order for the machine to spin all the water out so it can dry properly. So you want to consider that. All right, the cycle can also be used to refresh a load by adding the extra rinse option. It says the cycle will rinse, drain, and spin. Use this cycle with the extra rinse option for items requiring rinsing without detergent, such as swim suits. You have your normal setting as well. Cottons, linens, mixed garments. You already know that. You have different options. The default setting is warm, or the manufacturer setting is warm, but you should be able to select that as well. You have different options: extra rinse, fabric softener, deep water. Use this cycle for normally soiled cottons and mixed fabrics only. Then of course you have 60 minutes as far as the time that you see there. Active wear, all right, iron, non-iron fabrics, permanent press, synthetics. You can use that. Default setting is warm, 45 minutes. You have delicates, machine wash, silks, hand wash fabrics, right? So you can do that as well. Quick wash is about 30 minutes. You wouldn't use a normal setting. This is lightly soiled, small sized mixed garment loads. It says use this cycle to quickly wash lightly soiled garments in small loads. The quick wash cycle uses shorter periods for more intense washing to clean items quickly. All right, so you want to think about that. You have different water settings and different options you can choose from as well. Let's go into the clean cycle. All right, so you do have the clean cycle with a fresh. Of course, no water is needed on this particular cycle as well, so you want to be able to use that. It says use this cycle every 30 washes to keep the inside of your washer fresh and clean. Use the fresh washer cleaner tablet or liquid Clorox bleach to thoroughly clean the inside of the washer. This cycle cannot be paused if the lid is open before the lock is engaged. The cycle will be canceled and the machine will need to be restarted. Important: do not place garments or any other items in the washer during the clean washer with a fresh cycle. This cycle must be used with an empty basket. All right, so you want to think about that, and it's also an hour to do that. All right, towel settings. All right, so again, use towels settings. If you want to wash towels, use this setting. Do not use any other setting but what is recommended for. It's best. Towels, jeans, casual, mixed loads, sturdy fabrics, use the towels. Provides an additional water and alternating wash action for heavily soiled mixed loads, giving you about 65 minutes. This cycle uses a higher default water level. Then of course you also have whites. All right, it's self-explanatory. Heavily soiled white fabrics. You have color, athletic wear, bright colors, business casual, dark colors, right? Water temperature cool. Use the cycle for colors and dark items. You can also use the setting that says jeans and denim. So you can use either the towel or you can use jeans. If you want to use jeans for jeans, I would go with that, right? Because that makes logical sense. All right, the options or the temperature is warm. Options, you have rinse, fabric softener, deep water, and 30 minutes. It says use this wash cycle loads for denim such as jeans. It is recommended to separate light and dark items and wash them in separate loads. All right, so awesome there. Look at additional information. All rinses are cold. Note, exact cycle times can vary based on a variety of conditions and cycle options chosen. Note about default settings. All right, so we can dive into that a little bit. All right, so it says for models with removable agitators, normal cycle is recommended for washing normal soiled cottons or linen clothes. These clothes washers government energy certification was based on normal cycle with all wash temperature selections and water fill levels offered in the cycle. It was tested as a user adjustable automatic water fill control system clothes washer. The settings are shipped are normal cycle, warm, wash, and auto water level. For more models with a removable agitator, testing was conducted with agitator installed. All right, cool. All right, so we can dive into where it says water temperatures. This is something added here and sort and prepare your loads. Water temperature hot. It says the hottest wash bath with a small amount of cold water added, just like I said before, to help reduce energy and consumption. Your warm, of course, warm with bath comprised of hot and cold water in similar proportions. All right, cool was bath. Cool wash bath with some warm water added, all right, to assist in soil removal and to help dissolve detergent. Cold, it says cold wash bath with a small amount of warm water added to assist in soil removal and to help dissolve detergent. Coldest wash bath directly from your cold faucet. No warm water is added, all right, so you can use that for dark colors that fade or bleed or fade, light clothes. Cold, dark colors. Cool colors that bleed or fade, warm, bright colors, moderate to light soils, and hot whites and pastels doing items heavily soils. All right, and of course you always want to remember, man, check your pockets. Empty your pockets for loose chains, buttons, or any small object can pass under the clothes mover and become trapped, causing unexpected sounds. And of course you might need a technician to come out as well, so you want to be able to make sure you take everything out your pockets as well. Another thing that we can do, sort items by recommended cycle, water temperature, and color fastness. All right, so these are things you're gonna have to start paying attention to when you use these modern appliances. All right, another one, separate heavily soiled items from lightly soiled. All right, separate the clothes. Separate delicate items from sturdy fabrics. Do not try items if stains remain after washing, because heat can set stains into fabric. Treat stains properly. Close zippers, fasten hooks, tie strings, sashes, and remove non-washable trim and ornaments. It says bend rips and tears to avoid further damage to items during wash. All right, so those jeans that got the rips in them, you gotta be careful how you do that as well. All right, helpful tips when washing waterproof or water-resistant items. Load evenly. Use mesh garment bags to help avoid tangling with washing delicate or small items. Turn knits inside out to avoid piling. Separate lint takers from lint givers. Synthetic knits and corduroy fabrics will pick up lint from towels, rugs, and Chanel fabrics. I don't know what that fabric is, but good luck. Notes: always read and follow fabric care label instructions to avoid damage to your garments. The washer will not start or fill with the lid open. All right, let's go into the manual soak. It says if you would like to manually soak your garments at any time during the wash portion of the cycle, press pause and leave the lid closed. Once your desired soak time has elapsed, press pause again to continue the cycle. If the lid remains closed, you can manually soak for up to 3 hours, at which point the machine will automatically drain. The machine will drain if the lid is left open for 10 minutes during a manual soak. All right, so that is mostly everything there as far as the cycle guides, breaking down the appliance there. We're going to let the video roll a little bit. Of course, you have the windows so that you can actually see what is taking place as you use the appliance as well. In the tub, 4.7 to 4.8 cubic feet. And of course, you can always remove the actuator for more space if you're doing like a comforter and stuff like that as well. All right, built-in faucet. All right, so we can pause that there, go back a little bit so you can see the built-in faucet. You see the arrow that says built-in faucet there as well. So we're gonna let that rock and let that roll there. All right, built-in faucet. So let's dive into that real quick. See what we have. Pre-treating before a wash. All right, so let's dive into that. It says press the faucet button once to turn on and press again to turn off. Faucet will automatically shut off after 10 minutes or when max water level is reached. Water will automatically drain if the water level becomes too high. Water will also drain after 10 minutes if the lid is left open, or 3 hours if the lid is left closed. All right, so that's the faucet cycle on the machine that you'll be able to select. You can see there as well. All right, awesome option to use there. So that's really good, really good, really good. So I just want to make sure that we go over everything in this particular video as far as the functions and the features, man. We're gonna let the video roll, and that's like a pre-treat station. A lot of the newer Whirlpools is doing that now, and we really like that. All right, so lid lock, right? So you just want to make sure that you do not put a detergent in here. That's why they have the symbol, because it does look like a little bit. I've had customer pour detergent inside of this lid lock, and they were wondering why the machine is not locking or is not working, because they damaged the lid. All right, you can see that the symbol is telling you that's not what that is for. All right, so keep that in mind. You also have your liquid bleach dispenser, and it's telling you 1 cup is the max. All right, so you want to be able to do that as well. All right, so we looking like we just about done, man. Everything, let me just make sure we go through as much as we possibly can. Cleaning the dispenser as well. Periodically after a period of washing your washer, after a period of using your washer, you might find some residue build up in the washer dispenser. Dispensers are not dishwasher safe. All right, so removable dispenser, so you know you'll be able to remove that and all that stuff. Cleaning the outside of the washer to avoid damaging the washer's finish. Do not use abrasive products. You already know that as well. Non-use and vacation care. Operate your washer only when you are home. If moving or not using the washer for a period of time, follow these steps. Unplug and disconnect the power to the washer. Turn off the water supply to washer to avoid flooding due to water pressure. All right, so you can winterize it and do all these different things as well. All this is going to be located in the description box of the video. Of course, I'm your boy, man, Richie Rich. We dissect this in this appliance, the Whirlpool industry first 2-in-1, right? 2-in-1 removable actuator. All right, so we out of here, man. Enjoy. Peace. All right, so for this portion of the video, we're gonna focus on the warranty, the manufacturer warranty. All right, let's find out exactly what type of warranty you're getting from Whirlpool. If you do decide to purchase this appliance, we're gonna dive down where it says info and guides and tap into the warranty. Of course, it is a Whirlpool appliance brand, major appliance limited warranty as well. Attach your receipt here. Proof of purchase is required to obtain warranty service. Please have the following information available when you call the customer experience center: name, address, and telephone number. Model number, serial number, a clear, detailed description of the problem. That's if you have any issues there. Proof of purchase, including dealer or retailer name and address. All right. It says major appliance limited warranty. Before contacting us to arrange service, some questions can be addressed without service. Please visit the troubleshooting section. All right, and this is key. One of the things you want to look at before you call in, if you have any issue, they could possibly instruct you over the phone. It could just be that you do not understand how the appliance works. It could be a common issue. It could be a common noise. So you want to be able to contact Whirlpool troubleshooting just to see if they'll be able to help you out. Go online. I'm sure they also have a number that you can call as well, just to see if you can get some help over the phone. All right. Here's the number here, depending on if you're in Canada or the US. How to make a claim. All services provided exclusively by authorized Whirlpool service providers. All right, so let's dive into what is covered. Your sole and exclusive remedy under this limited warranty shall be product repair as provided herein. This limited warranty is valid only in the United States or Canada. Applies only when the major appliance is used in the country in which it was purchased. All right, let's dive into the 1-year manufacturer warranty. All right, Whirlpool brand of Whirlpool Corporation or Whirlpool Canada LP. Hereafter, Whirlpool will pay for factory specified replacement parts and labor to correct defect in materials or workmanship that exists when this major appliance was purchased, or at its sole discretion, replace the product. In the event of product replacement, your appliance will be warranted for remaining term of the original unit's warranty period. Outside of that, that's it. Only a 1-year manufacturer warranty from Whirlpool. All right, this is stuff only applies to refrigerators. What it covers, what it does not cover, some of the things we're so accustomed to, so used to as well. But you're only getting a 1-year manufacturer warranty, both parts and labor. All right, so some of the things that it's not covered: consumer parts, light bulbs, batteries, air or water filters, preservation solutions. You want to do that. Travel, transportation, expenses for service in remote locations where an authorized Whirlpool servicer is not available. So not paying for that. In-home instruction on how to use the appliance. Cosmetic damages, scratches, dents, chips, and other damage to appliance finishes unless such damage results from defects in materials and workmanship and is reported to Whirlpool within 30 days of purchase. All right, appliance with the original factory installed, model / serial numbers removed, altered, or not easily determined. All right, so you want to leave the model number there, make sure it's visible. And that's one of the things I could talk about a little bit. When you're purchasing an appliance, especially if it's like a scratch and dent, always check to make sure they got a model number. What they normally do sometimes is take the model number off the appliance because they know for sure you don't know much about it. So when they do that, if you happen to need service on it or any work on it, you can't get work done on it because no one is gonna replace the parts without a model number, because we can't identify what part is in the machine without having that number. All right, so you want to keep that in mind when you purchase that. You want to check and make sure, ask the sales clerk, where's the model number on this unit, so you'll be able to know. If it's not on there, I advise you not to purchase it unless you're going to replace the machine every time it breaks, because most people are not going to work on a machine that does not have a model number. All right, but outside of that, that's it. Whirlpool 1-year manufacturer warranty, man. You know we're going to tell them how we feel about that later. Till then, peace. All right, so for this portion of the video, we're going to focus on the price. How much it's going to cost you. Might cost you a little, might cost you a lot. Either way, it's gonna cost you. All right, so right now we on the Best Buy website, man, checking out the Whirlpool 4.7 to 4.8 cubic feet high efficiency top load washing machine with a what? 2-in-1 removable actuator, and is in the color white. All right, just from looking and doing some research on this particular unit, it's only available in white. This is the mid-grade portion. They do have a higher end portion that comes with a remote start, smart appliances and all this different stuff as well. You can purchase that if you like. That's going to cost you a little bit more. It's probably going to cost you roughly at least $1,000 for that. But if we're looking at this appliance right now, it's saying that you can get it for $729.99. Originally, you're looking at $764.99, saving yourself 35%. But if you look at the bottom down here where it says open box, man, you can get it for $583.99. And you want to also check that out, because even with the open box, they do give you You still get the 1-year manufacturer warranty when I spoke to someone at Lowe's, but you want to ask those questions, especially if you want to get it. And if you have any issues later on down the line within a year, you can call Whirlpool. They'll send somebody out to fix it. All right, let's find out what else we can find, man. Let's go to Lowe's. Lowe's, they got it for $7.69. Right now they're saving you $80. Originally it's $8.49. All right, so they're saving you a couple of dollars on Lowe's here's website. We can jump to Home Depot. Let's see what Home Depot got right now. It was $8.49, saving you about 14%, which is $121. You can get it for $7.28. All right, so again, this is traditionally the only color that they have, which is white. You can also get the dryer combo with it as well. Match up the appliance if you like, because we do understand the importance of keeping everything the same color. It looks good. You like that in the kitchen and in the laundry room as well. All right, so we're gonna show you a couple of pictures that you can see as far as the pricing portion of the video as well, because this video is going to be real short because it doesn't give you multiple colors. So roughly, when you're looking at this appliance, you're going to spend at least, I would say, about $800 and something for this appliance if you want to get it fixed, depending on the issue that you might have. But you know, of course, this is the end of the price portion of the video. I'm your boy Richie Rich. We out, still in the lab, getting it in. We out of here. Peace. All right, so for this portion of the video, we're gonna focus on the parts. Man, how much it's gonna cost you to repair this appliance if you need to repair it, because it only has a standard warranty of a 1-year manufacturer warranty. So we're gonna dive into that and give you a price on how much it should cost you per repair. Our example, of course, our labor is $150. If we happen to need a helper, it's gonna be $60. Certain parts might be a little bit expensive in this video. If we got to put a transmission in, that might change the price. So we might mark that up to about $200 for the labor, because those jobs are normally a lot harder to do than just your standard, easier repairs on the appliance. All right, so we're gonna dive into the parts portion of the video. Dive into the appliance. This is the gear case. This is the transmission that allows the machine to actuate back and forth or to spin. You also have your drain pump, your drain hose. You have your motor here. You have your actuator that shifts from wash to spin. So you have a small motor that does that. You have your belt. This here is, I forgot what that's called. We're gonna see it, but I forgot. I just had a brain fart. But either way. So let's say if you need this transmission for this particular appliance, you're looking at $235.30. If we were to install something like this, this is considered a major job for the appliance for you to do something like that. So let's say the labor is going to be $200. Part, you're looking at about $3. So we're talking about at least $500 to replace this gear case. All right, it's under manufacturer warranty for 1 year for all the parts. Outside of that, that's it. So you do want to consider that. All right, let's figure out the motor. $232. Again, the motor shouldn't be that expensive, so we'll charge you $150 for the labor, $300 for the part. You're talking about $450. All right, common issue for the gear case as well to wear out. It splatters, it might make a loud noise, or your machine does not spin. All right, another common issue right here is the washer gear case shifter. Again, this shifts your appliance from wash to spin. Labor, you're looking at $150, part $100, so we're gonna say it's about $250. Capacitor, not a common issue, but it can happen where it can short out and burn out. You're looking at $150 for the part, $150 for the labor. For the part, you're probably looking at about $50, so we're talking about $200. All right, so here go the pulleys. These are common issues. All right, so when you're looking at this appliance, it can actually grind, make a loud noise when it's either agitating back and forth or when it's spinning. It can wear out the gears on it or the pulleys. So you're looking at $100 for the part, labor $150. You're talking about $250. The belt can also wear out if the machine has to work extremely hard to spin out the clothes because of the weight inside of the machine. So some of the things that you do not understand about the appliance, this is what take place as a tech when we come out and see it. Pop belt, of course, so that prevents the machine from washing and or spinning. Common issue, Part 50 bucks, labor 150, you're talking about 200. All right. Drain pump, common issue. Where again, when we talk about the machine, check out the functions and features portion of the video. We break down the appliance on how to sort out your clothes and make sure you check your pockets. A lot of stuff get caught up inside the drain pump, damage the impeller, cause it not to drain. Then you have an issue with the water just filling up and you're not able to get rid of the water. Could be a shorted or broken drain pump. So if you happen to need that part, labor 150, part is 100. You're talking about at least 250 bucks on average to replace that. All right, drain hose could get a punctured hole, can be clogged up. Normally if it's clogged up, you normally unclog it. But if it's leaking or has a punctured hole, you're looking at $25.99. So we'll say $50 for the part, labor 150, 200 bucks. All right, so outside of that, that's mostly it. So let's figure out what else we got. So we got the console, right? The console, which is the touchpad that you press. You got control board there as well. You can the plug. You also have your water dispenser, main control board, so we can go into that as well. All right, this set is called the shell. It doesn't look like it's just a cover or the control panel. It's just a covering for it, so the control board is separate. You're looking at 11706. Not a common issue. All right, not a common issue. Normally, like either that's probably just cosmetics. If you got the assembly meg, which is 4347, that allows you to all right, so I want to make sure I get this right. Number 4 there, you can see that allows your machine to turn the dial or to adjust. That's 4347. All right, so keep that in mind. Let's see what else we got. Insert for the knob, just order the knob, you get a new insert in it. It's a lot cheaper that way. All right, number 13, that's the control. Right now it's saying no longer available, but you can check around, check different websites. Hopefully if it does break, it breaks under warranty, so you don't have to replace the machine if the part is no longer available. But you can search different sites as well and make sure you contact Whirlpool. All right, number 15, water inlet assembly. Again, that's no longer available. It could just be this particular site, or the part is no longer available, or the appliance could be too new. Sometimes they don't make enough parts for it, so you do want to consider that as well when you're looking at this video. All right, that's the control and the water inlet. All right, let's see what else we got. Cabinet. Not a big issue on the cabinets. I mean, again, they can rust, right? So if you're looking at that, number 2, if you happen to need that, top 252. All right, so you might spend about 350 bucks for that. 200 labor, you're talking about 550. It's not a common issue. It's just mostly deal with cosmetics. All right, again, you have another hose here as well, so we can dive into some of that. The shell and all that, not a common issue, man, so you don't really have a lot of issues there. I do want to dive into the hose. That's like number 24. Lid assembly, so let's see what we got here. That's mostly probably all we're gonna go to when we're dealing with this appliance. Here go another drain hose, $25.99, $50 for the part. Common issue, $150, labor, $200. All right, so again, not much there. Really not much there as far as issues. All right, let's go into the basket. The basket, if you need the actuator here as well, basket and tub parts, that's what you see there. That's what you have. Number 2 is the actuator. So let's see how much they are charging you for that if you happen to need it. $56.32. That's just for the whole top one. That's cheap. Again, that's something you could probably put in yourself. Since it's so simple, you just snap it out, snap it in. But if you need it, they're gonna charge you at least $100 for that. All right, so I suggest you put that in yourself. Impeller cap, screw. The impeller, $59.15. That can wear out on a lot of the Whirlpool units. Common issue there. You're looking at a $150 labor, $100 for the part, 250 bucks. All right, the basket, if you happen to need a whole entire basket, not a common issue. That's the inner basket that you put your clothes in. You're looking at $235.87 if you happen to need that. All right, not a common issue. Number 10, you're looking at the outer basket. Now that can actually get a punctured hole if it's banging from side to side, depending on what's wrong with it as well. So you want to consider that when you're working on this appliance. When you're looking at this appliance, you're looking at $252.32. Not a common issue, but I have replaced tubs before, but it's really not a common issue. So outside of that, that's really all we can say about that as well. All right, so we can focus on the other parts in the appliance. All right, let's see what else we got. We got suspensions number 11. Common issue for the damper. All right, sometimes they do come as an assembly where you replace all four, two in the front, two in the back, or if it comes separately. But let's say this part comes together as one. You're looking at $150 for the part because it's like 75 bucks. Labor $150, you're talking about $300. Pretty common issue where your machine over time wears out. The suspensions are really cheap and generic, so they're not as durable and as strong, so they don't really last that long. So you're gonna have issues there to replace those because it's a common issue. All right, but that's mostly it. I think that's mostly it for the parts portion of the video. Again, it's not a lot of stuff here as far as the breakdown of the appliance, but you already know who I am, man. I'm your boy, Richie Rich at Consumer Appliance Support. We getting it in. We in the lab. Peace. All right, so for this portion, we're going to focus on our overall review to let you know exactly how we feel about this top-load Whirlpool wash machine. All right, let me get my notes. We can start off with the warranty. The manufacturer warranty. All right, for this particular top-load wash machine, Whirlpool is offering you a 1-year manufacturer warranty, both parts and labor. If you're expecting anything additional, that's it. That's all you're getting. It's really bland. It's really generic. It's what it is, all right? So as far as the warranty that you're getting from Whirlpool, again, it is a standard average warranty that you will get with any appliance that you purchase. Nothing extra, nothing more. So as far as our overall grade on this particular unit, we're going to give it a 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's focus on the price. How much it's going to cost you? Might cost you a little, might cost you a lot. Either way, it's going to cost you. So when we're looking at this appliance, man, depending on where you get it from, of course, the color, you can only get it in white. You can upgrade this appliance as well, so you can get the one that has a lot more features on it, where it's smart technology, remote start, and all these different things. You got a dispenser, fabric softener, so it's more options that you can choose from on the upgraded model. This is just the mid-grade model that you have. So if you're talking about a price right now, you can get this unit, I would say roughly between 730 bucks to about 800 bucks. All right, so you're talking about roughly about 800 bucks for this appliance. This is a mid-grade appliance. When we compared other appliances to this particular appliance, it's right about the same price that you would pay for any other appliance that's on this level. So as far as our grade for this, it's an average grade. So we're gonna give it an average grade of a 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's talk about parts. Man, parts per repair. So let's dive into that a little bit. Couple of appliances or couple parts, excuse me, that normally goes bad. Your transmission. Your transmission is what allows your machine to wash and spin. Roughly the price for that, you're looking at it, parts and labor, is about 500 bucks. Your motor, if you happen to need that part, you're talking about 450 bucks, both parts and labor. And for the transmission as well, you might need a helper for that. It depends on the technician that comes out, so you might have to pay an additional fee for a helper, so you want to keep that in mind. Let's talk about shifter. Man, the shifter that allows your machine to shift from wash to spin. It's a small little motor at the bottom. Real common issue at times where it doesn't allow the unit to either shift to the spin cycle and your clothes still come out wet. The average cost, parts and labor, you're talking about 250 bucks. You also have the drive pulley. All right, the drive pulley is connected to the transmission, so it allows your machine to, when it's spinning or agitating, to either go up and down and grab like a claw. I'm trying not to get too technical, but either way, this is basically how it looks when it starts to wash. It releases. When it's starting to spin, it grabs down and goes down with the motor and rotates and clamps onto the transmission, and it allows the unit to spin with the belt on it. That's pretty common for an issue like that, for it to wear out, for it to break, for it to make noise when it's either spinning or agitating. You're talking about on average about 250 $50. Belt, a common issues on any appliance, they tend to break. If you happen to need a belt, you're talking about $200. Drain pump, another common issue, allows your machine not to drain the water out. It can make noise, so you want to make sure, check out the functions and features portion of it where we teach you how to load your appliance, taking stuff out of your pockets as well. You're talking about $250 for that part and labor. Drain hose, common issue where it can actually get punctured. Small holes cause it to leak. Normally if it's clogged up, you unclog it and you can fix it, but it is a common issue, so you're talking about $200. All right, the impeller, because we know this appliance has a 2-in-1 impeller, pretty common issue as well. If you happen to need that part, you're talking about $250. Couple things that we need to focus on that we're gonna take into consideration when we're doing the grade for this appliance. The control board right now, it's no longer available. The part number is available. I've checked several sources that we normally use to look up parts, and it's no longer available. The water valve, no longer available. All right, we check for both. So when we look at these appliances, you want to make sure as you purchase different appliances, you want to make sure that you look at are the parts available if you need it to be fixed. All right, it could be too new, the parts is not easily accessible to get, so you want to consider that as well. And we're going to look at it and take some points off of that because the parts are no longer available. So on average, you're talking about, to repair this appliance, you're going to spend about $293.75. So when you look at that average grade, we're going to give this particular unit, we're going to bring it down, man, because we're unhappy. Let's be honest with you, we're unhappy with the parts not being available for you to purchase an appliance that's almost $1,000 and you can't get any parts for it. We just don't like it. So we're going to give it a grade of 2, 1, 2. All right, and that's probably one of the lowest grade we have given an appliance as far as the parts. Let's talk about functions and features. Yo, my favorite part, you guys already know this, so let's dive into that real quick. This particular machine, of course, has deep fill. All right, so it does have the traditional fill where you can fill it up with a whole bunch of water so that your clothes could be drenched in water, or you can go with the modern day when it allows less water to save energy and stuff like that. You have multiple options you can choose from. It also has a 30-minute pre-soak that we really like, allow your clothes to soak and get all the stains out before it actually starts the cycle. Really good there. This machine also has a clean cycle that you can use. You can use the fresh cleaner or you can use bleach. Check out the functions and features. We dive into that as well to show you how to do that. So that is pretty good. We really like that. Another thing that it has the faucet. Some of them call the faucet or the pre-treat station that you can use there. You press the button, water starts to come out, so you can actually remove some of the stains from your clothes before you actually start the cycle. That's really good. And then of course, this is a 2-in-1 agitator or impeller. Check out the functions and features, man. You can turn this machine into your standard actuator with the large tower, or you can remove it and make it an impeller. So it's all up to you. This is different, this is unique. No one on the market is doing it right now except for Whirlpool, and that's what we're happy about. So as far as our overall grade, when we talk about functions and the features, we're gonna give it a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so let's go into this grade real quick. We're gonna talk about the warranty, 3. Price, 3. Parts, we're gonna give it a 2. Functions and features, man, we're gonna give it a 5 overall grade. When we tally everything up, you are looking at a 13 divided by 4. It is a 3.25. All right, so as far as this particular appliance, man, we are not happy with this appliance, and no, we would not recommend this appliance to anyone right now. We do like some of the functions and the features on it. That's not good. The price is not as bad either as well, but as far as everything else that we factor in when we grade these appliances, man, we just can't recommend it. But outside of that, this is it. You already know who I am. I'm your boy Richie Rich at Consumer Appliance Support. You help me, I help you. We both help each other. Till next time, we out of here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace.